Select and download data. The Select and Download Data tool is also in Advanced Tools. To use this tool, you must use it in conjunction with the layer list, as it will only work on any layer that is turned on and visible in the layer list. For example, let's say that we want to select some schools. We'll go over here and make schools selectable, which you must also do. Schools must both be turned on and selectable. We can select by drawing from various shapes of Draw tool, or we can just draw a rectangle. In this case, we will select these downtown schools. Now, we can immediately download the data to a table file. Perhaps we want to open it in Excel. We can view these schools in the attribute table. Perhaps we want to sort them alphabetically. Or we can view statistics. In the schools layer, there really are no numeric fields that would make sense to view statistics for. The zip code is not really a number, of course. So, if we view them in the attribute table, we can, of course, then sort them alphabetically. Note that the only show features inside the view of the screen may hide some of the features until you check that off. Now we can see all 8 features. So let's say we wanted to sort the schools by name alphabetically. We could do that. Now, again, we could download directly out of the attribute table, or if we don't want to wade into the attribute table, we can simply click and download to a table file directly out of the Select and Download tool. We can also create a layer of our selection. We'll call this Downtown Schools. As we can see here, it creates a new layer in the layer list. This lets us show only the schools that we selected. And perhaps we want them to stand out on a map. Another thing we can do is view the statistics as mentioned before. Now, a good layer to demonstrate this is the census blocks. So the census blocks show the population as well as some demographics of this population. Again, we'll go and turn them on over here in the layer list. Census blocks are the smallest unit, with block groups being slightly larger and then tracts being about zip code size. So we'll go ahead and we will select, again using a lasso, and draw a shape around the census blocks in this area, immediately north of Forsyth Park. So again, we could download this into an Excel table. Perhaps we want to make some fancy graphs or do some analysis there, or we can look at statistics. Now we have some useful data to view statistics for, such as minimum, maximum, average, and standard deviation. We can see that the average total population in these blocks, which are all about the same size, traditionally census blocks in a city are a city block in terms of shape. The maximum population is 202 and the average is 16. So what that tells us, with a standard deviation of 23, what that tells us is there's a couple blocks that must have a high rise or some very high density residential building. Because it's the census, we have all of these other ethnic demographics that we could view statistics for as well. And so we will clear that out and turn off that layer. So if we wanted to download this data, Let's say, for example, we want to turn on the libraries layer and download it. Perhaps we want to download this group of libraries. We can download it to GIS as a feature collection or GeoJSON GIS file, or to an Excel table. So we will download it now. And here we can see all of this library information.